Welcome back, folks. This is Tommy, Help with Gadgets, and we've got a pretty cool knife to do a disassembly and cleaning of today. This is the Kansept Tarkin, and this is a knife that's on loan to me from FredTheLug. I really appreciate him allowing me to take a look at this knife, and so let's go ahead and get into it. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and all that kind of good stuff. Let's go ahead and have it hold a little bit of pressure on that other side of the pivot, just pushing him with my index finger, and it looks like, all right, that's going to come out like that. Check and make sure that it's tight there, and that should come out. Yep. Alright, let's also, excuse me, let's take a look. How do we want to do this one? Alright, this is T6, this T8 on the pivot, T6 on the body screws, and this clip screw here goes all the way through. So let's go ahead and take that one out. Come on. And then that screw was loose, looks like. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this one loose, and that's going to spring it right apart. Should be a fairly straightforward disassembly and cleaning. Let's take these bearings loose, drop those in the alcohol. Same for this one here. Fairly simple design, as you can see there. Okay. And so we'll just simply wipe this down. Get that lock face back there and the other areas of the blade there that we normally wouldn't be able to get to. Get around these internal stop pins there. Wipe this down, including back here. It's interesting about that clip, it being loose. It doesn't feel loose, but it obviously is, even when it's tightened down. So we're just going to leave it like that. This knife is pretty well clean. Not a terrible amount that we're going to do to this one, because it doesn't look like it's been used very much. So, but I do like to take a look at a knife, disassemble. They're using some fairly large bearings there. And by large, I mean the diameter here. In fact, I'll probably, now that I mentioned that, let me get these out. We'll go ahead and grab the little handy dandy cheat sheet thing I got from Skiff Bearings, and tell you what they are in case you want to order aftermarket bearings. So let's see what it is. Let me grab this over here. It should be in here, and of course it's there at the bottom of my little tool chest. We'll look at here. Looks like we've got a 5mm pivot, and I'm gonna say, yep, 5mm 1/16 for the bearings. because it won't fit in that. Certainly won't fit in there. So 5mm 1/16. All right. Let's go ahead and grab that. Well, let's do this first. We'll get a cotton tip applicator and check any of these areas that we might be able to make sure there's nothing that would impede the action of the knife. And we'll do that to the pivot hole there on the blade, and that'll be pretty much it. All right, let's go ahead and put this in here. This is a free spinning pivot. Grab a bearing, pop that on there. Let's get some gunny glide. That's just my preference. Other folks may prefer different brands of knife oil. Okay, let's get the other bearing, pop that one on. Just a little bit more with the gunny glide, just a little bit on each side should be fine. And then I want to put a little dab here on the detent ball as well. All right, so that should do that. Let's go ahead and slide this into place. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my Loctite stick and that pivot screw. Get a little bit of Loctite there on those threads and push this down and get this started. Now, probably going to have to adjust it a little bit. Just want to get it tightened up until I can get the body screws in place. And normally don't put any kind of Loctite on those unless there is an issue. All right, let's see if we can get this lined up here. And get that tightened down. And check that right quick. It's off a little bit. So let's take a look at this. Go ahead and tighten that one. Again, I'm going to check that one, that one, that one, and that one. Okay. Now let's check the action here. I think I'm going to have to tighten it a little bit more. Maybe not. There's no play there, but it is not, it's not centering the way I want it to. So let's loosen these body screws. Let's grab that and let's do it on this side. We're going to loosen this pivot screw and then tighten it back up pretty good. That looks a little bit better. Let's go ahead and tighten these back down, and then we're going to loosen that pivot screw. Okay. I'll loosen this a little bit because we tightened it a little bit more than normal. Not crank down on it hard, but okay, there's no play there. Still looks like it's a little off, but I'm not sure adjusting it's going to do anything to it. Let's see. It's not bringing it back in. All right, another thing that we can do with this, let's loosen these body screws again. All right, and then we want to push that. So what I'll take and do is fold this up and slide that in there and just kind of push that blade back this way, since it was wanting to not act correctly. Let's check and make sure that the pivot's tight, and then we'll tighten the body screws. Tighten that one, then get that clip screw. We'll check these here. All right, and then we'll remove this and I'm going to back off on that just a hair. I don't like running the pivot tighter than it needs to be. Okay, no blade play, and let's tighten it back just a little bit, because it was pretty decent now, and the action's still good, so I think we're going to leave it right there, because the centering looks a whole lot better now. The action is really good. I like it. All right, Kansept Tarkin, disassembly and cleaning. Hope you've enjoyed it. Again, please hit that like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel and have enjoyed the content. Please leave a comment. Hope to see y'all again soon. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.